Coming up next, I'll share the trade jobs and career fields that are in constant need, and then the mindset for your December. We'll take your calls and your chats, and it all starts right now. I am coming to you live from our Ramsey Solutions studios in Nashville, Tennessee. And you are joining a conversation about who you are, what you were created to do, where you want to, where you can do it, and then how to get there. That's right. We're going to help you get clear on the age-old question, what should I do with my life? We're going to look at that from a work standpoint. But your personal dreams and work dreams are and should be connected. And so once we help you get clear, then we want to plug you into the path forward. And so this is your show because it's about your purpose, which isn't about you. It's about other people. You were created to fill a unique role. That means you are tremendously valuable. You are needed, but it means you must do it. And so you got to figure out what it is and how to get there so that it's not so intimidating. 844-747-2577. That's the phone number. You can call right now. We have phone lines that are open. Right now you can call. You're one phone call away from clarity. You have the answers, I promise. It's my job to listen and to ask questions, to dig, to help you see the threads between your talent, your passion, and your mission. Talent is what you do best. Passion is work you love to do. Mission are the results that you deeply want to create. Once you figure out how they work together, it points a straight line right to your sweet spot in the marketplace where there are multiple jobs and career paths. You use what you do best to do work you love to produce results that matter. How does that sound? I'm going to tell you something right now. That'll put the juice back in your Mondays. You won't be miserable anymore. 844-747-2577. 844-747-2577. Now, today's show is packed. And I want to get right to our news that we give you at the start of every show, specifically the trades that are still hot and will stay hot. And then I've got two really big announcements. Tomorrow we got a special show. I'll tell you more about that in just a few minutes. And then I'm offering something that we've never offered before. I don't know if I'll offer it again. That's coming up as well. But first, the trades that are in constant need, 7 specific career paths in the trades. And you ready for this? Some pay more than $69,000 a year. Here we go. These, by the way, do not require college degrees. It's really about experience and connections. Number 1, and these are no particular order as it relates to money, but I want to walk through these 7 careers in the trades. House painter. Now, the median salary, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, for house painters is $40,000 per year. Now, that's the median, so that's in the middle. I know painters that are doing very, very well, have multiple crews going. They got out of the painting, and now they're running crews. You can do very, very well as you build your business in painting. Home inspectors. Again, with the real estate market booming and always going to be around, home inspectors are always going to be needed. And the median salary there, $48,500 per year. HVAC technician, $48,700 per year. Plumber, $55,000 per year. Now, again, that's just the median. I'm giving you these median data points here. So that's the median, obviously, the average, the high, the low. So huge opportunities as you hear me run through these trades. Again, you may start out in the trade and eventually move into your own business in the trade. And now you're talking about being a multi-millionaire as you run a very solid business. Electrician next, $56,000 per year median income. Landscape architect. Now, this was surprising to me, Joe, when I looked at these. Landscape architect, $69,300 a year. Now, again, you're talking about gardens, outdoor spaces for private homes. And then don't forget about the small businesses. You think about a restaurant, you go to a decent restaurant, even a chain restaurant, they're sinking money into landscaping. This is, I was surprised at the median income here. But again, you can run a very successful small business doing landscape architecture. Construction manager, this is much higher, not surprising here, $95,000 per year. So those are 7 trades that, again, as you get into the trades, you work, you get the experience, you make the connections, you do a good job, you learn how to do it, and you get this mindset that, how would I run my business while I'm getting paid by somebody else to learn the business? What a great mindset. And parents, again, if your kid is more naturally talented and they enjoy working with their hands and working out among people and working on HVAC or electricity or plumbing for that matter, you do very, very well. And we need to embrace the trades because they've done very, very well in the pandemic time. And if you don't need any more proof than that, there it is. 844-747-2577 is the number. 844-747-2577. Okay, here's why that number is important. Tomorrow, all right, we're going to do a special show. As you know, we recently came into partnership with Bethel Tech. I love what Bethel Tech is doing. If you want to get into technology and get in and move up, BethelTech.net. BethelTech.net. Some people are emailing going, Ken, BethelTech.com. No, not .com. Listen to me. BethelTech.net. You can go to BethelTech.net/Ken Coleman, get a $500 tuition discount, but they are training people in 9 months for a fraction of the cost of a degree. Less than $16,000, 9 months. They help you get placed. And so I asked Ryan Collins, who we've done some short segments here on the YouTube channel, to come back in, and we're going to open up for your phone calls. So that phone number, 844-747-2577. Ryan's going to sit here with me tomorrow, and we're going to take technology-related questions. You want to get in, you want to move up, you want to transfer, what skills are the most important in the technology field? Where is the technology industry going as it relates to new jobs and skills you need to acquire to make yourself very valuable? It's all open season tomorrow. So you can email us, ask@kencoleman.com. That's the email address, ask@kencoleman.com. Say, hey, I want to talk to Ryan tomorrow, and we'll get you in. You can also call and leave a message as well at the phone number, 844-747-2577. You can call live tomorrow, 12 Eastern Time. Ryan will be here. We'll take your calls live. So we really want to focus on the questions, very specific minutia of how you can get qualified. What are the things you need to learn? Just open season on for your kid, whether or not your kid wants to go to college, traditional college, what that computer science degree is going to cost, over $100,000 versus what Bethel Tech can do. So this is not an infomercial. We're going to take specific questions so that we can get you prepared to move forward in that field. So that's tomorrow. Ryan Collins in the studio, CEO of Bethel Tech. Again, they're a partner of the Ken Coleman Show, and we're very excited about helping as many people as possible get qualified quickly and affordably so that you can move forward. Ask@kencoleman.com or call the voicemail, the same number that you can call live, 844-747-2577, or make it an appointment tomorrow. Appointment listening, and call live, and we'll get you in. So that's exciting. Also, first time we've ever done this. Damon, the brand leader, the big shot, he's the suit. He's actually made it into the control room today. Can we get a shot of him? Do we have the camera in the? He's out of the shot. See, he's so pulling the strings. He doesn't even want to be on camera, but he's in the back of the control room behind Joe. And so he's here today because he's going to make sure that I don't overpromise here on what we're doing. This is exciting news. How many of you out there watching, live or later, would love to have 3 coaching sessions with me? 3 one-hour sessions, so 3 hours, my undivided attention, diving in deep with you to get you clear, help you get qualified, get you connected, get started, get promoted, get the dream job, wherever you are in the 7 stages. We are offering only 10 spots. Now I gotta glance over in the control room and make sure I'm getting this right, or Damon, the brand leader, he'll correct me and he'll get on me. But we're only doing this for 10 people. And we're opening it up right now. As I mention it right now, it's a first come, first serve deal. Now, here are the details, okay? We're going to discount this because we're recording these sessions with your permission, of course, and we're going to create a course to help as many people as possible. So other people are going to get me via video. You get me live. How about that? So here's what we're doing. This is an incredible value. We're discounting it to $1,200. All right. So basically $400 per session, $1,200 total. And we're going to get you in the right mindset. We're going to help you get clear on where you are in the stages, the 7 stages, and what you need to do. And then we're going to build a custom plan for you that I'm going to hold you accountable to. And then there will be homework on all of the sessions so that you know exactly what you need to do. So again, incredible value. I'd charge way more for this, but because we're videoing it, we're going to give it to you at an incredible discount of $1,200, 3 one-hour sessions with me. First 10 people. That's how this is going down. We're not doing any more than that. I've been told very clearly, Coleman, don't promise any more than that. We're going to do 10 of them, and we got some exciting things coming. All right, so that's why we're going to do that. Here's how you sign up. KenColeman.com/coaching. KenColeman.com/coaching to sign up. When you get in there, it'll tell you everything to do. The team's monitoring this. We'll get the calendar set up so that we're on the same page, and we're going to dive in via Zoom, of course, and we will work together, me and you, the first 10 of you. So KenColeman.com/coaching. First 10, it's going to go quick. So go. It's open. There you go. So I'm looking forward to that and what we're going to do with that, by the way. It's going to be really, really fun. So there you go. Special announcements. Let's get to the phone, shall we? Adam is going to join us first in Phoenix, Arizona. Adam, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You bet. How can I help, Adam?
So my company is moving my position across the country. And they're working on transferring me to a different position in the local area, probably sometime in the next 3 to 6 months. But the new position is a little bit different, and I looked at the market rates for it, and it's about $10,000 to $15,000 a year higher in pay for market rate. And I'm wondering how I would negotiate that in moving over to that new position, how I would handle that.
Yeah. Have they talked money with you yet?
Not yet.
Okay. And now let me make sure I understand this. You're also moving cross country with this position as well?
I'm not moving cross country. The position is moving cross country, but I'm staying in the local area to move to a different position in the area. It's a slightly different. Right now I build the machines, and the new position would be maintaining the machines and working with customers on the machines. Okay.
You were just telling me why you're moving to a new position. I get it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, here's how you do this. So you've already done the first step, which is get very, very knowledgeable on what the market, average is for this position. So good on you. Now you're armed with real information. It's really not emotion-based, right? You're not going in going, I think I deserve this. You're going in going, here's what the average, the median salary or the median financial package is for this position. So you lead with that. Say, hey, I did my research, and based on my experience, my skill, blah, 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 here's what the median is, and I'd give them the higher number. If it's 10 to 15 higher, I'd give them the higher number because you can back that up. And I would show them the research, by the way, and just say, obviously, I'm excited about this when they bring up money, but I'd let them bring up money first. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, hold your water. So when they come in and say, all right, this is your financial package, you need to see if that number is high or low. If it's high, keep your mouth shut. Right?
Yeah.
If they offer you over the 15, what the median is, then be grateful and shut your mouth. If it's lower, then you say, hey, listen, I did some market research on this. Let them provide the first number.
Mm-hmm.
Then you react. So I think it's pretty simple. And you just show them, say, hey, I'm grateful for this. This is the median. And obviously I'd like to see it just be at least the median. So you're not looking greedy. You're going, this is low. This is what the median is. Are there plans for me to be able to grow? So ask a question, don't make a statement. So are there plans for me to be able to get to this median or higher? Let them again respond. Well, yeah, in the first 6 months, based on performance, then we would move you up here, or there'd be profit share or commission or whatever they're going to say. Mm-hmm. So you're armed with good information, and you don't have to play poker. Just shoot them straight and show them that they're low, and then you've got to decide what you want to do. What's your walk away? Are you willing to walk over that if they're 10 below?
Yeah.
Are you? You willing to walk?
I actually don't know. My wife wants me to stay with the company because I'm going through school. I'm a junior, and they have a good scholarship program.
Great.
And then also the benefit. So my wife's kind of pressuring me to just stay on with the company.
Yeah, but what about you?
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it that much.
You need to. Here's why. Because based on where you are emotionally and mentally, two separate things here. Like, what's your logic say? And hey, where are you trying to go? And you're in school right now. You're eventually going to move up. I'm guessing that's why you're in school, is you got bigger dreams, right?
Yep.
Well, so does staying stable get you further along? Or if they didn't give you what you feel you deserve based on the market, would you feel slighted? And that's going to affect you emotionally. You got to know these things, because that's going to dictate how you would respond after you show them the market analysis, which allows your emotions to stay out of it. It's just you just going, look, I'm not in here cheerleading for myself, telling you how awesome I am. Here's where we stand. You guys, that initial what you just mentioned is a little bit lower. Can we get it up? Or what's the growth plan where I would get to that line or higher? And see, that's a very mature response. But you need to know, what are you willing to say yes to? Mm-hmm. And just knowing that is that's the only thing I wanted to share with you outside of what I just laid out. Just know what is not going to feel good, and then what does that mean to you? Because if you leaving the company right now is really not an option, then you need to go in ahead of time. It's just it is what it is. You're pretty much going to, unless it's really, really low, you're pretty much going to stay. So just know that. Think through that. That's really important. 844-747-2577. Let's go to Atlanta, Georgia next, where Sarah joins us. Sarah, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Nice to speak with you.
Good to talk with you. How can I help?
So I feel in my career, I feel kind of stuck in between being content, meaning my needs are being met, which I'm super thankful for in this environment with COVID and everything, but also knowing that I could be doing better financially and just being more challenged and maybe more fulfilled. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I'm struggling with. Also, I've been a career salesperson, since college. So that's something else that I've always thought about. What else could I do? Sure. I mean, I know I have transferable skills and all that, but my whole career has been, essentially, quota carrying, heavy sales types of positions. So it's kind of what's on my mind.
Okay. So I like this. So how can I help you specifically? What do we need to dig into?
I guess, a big thing is, if someone like me has been in a certain industry, in a certain type of position, always, I know that there are transferable skills and things, but often, people or employers, at least that I'm familiar with, they just see you in one capacity, moving into another sales role or something. I mean, how would you determine, what would be a good fit, and, how to connect with someone and an employer to show, hey, I'd be great in this, if given the opportunity, that kind of thing.
Okay, now I'm hearing it. It's starting to come out a little bit. when I ask you to tell me more. I think you know what you want to do, or you have some good ideas, but it sounds like to me you're dealing with some doubt as to whether or not you would be able to convince somebody to give you a shot. Maybe you don't think you're qualified, even though you think you can do it. Is that right?
Definitely some fear and doubt and uncertainty.
All right, so let's determine what we want to do. What does Sarah want to do? If Sarah didn't have to convince anybody, but she snapped her fingers and did something that was really fulfilling because it was challenging, because you're just bored out of your mind right now. That's what it boils down to. And you're wondering. And I love when a caller calls in wondering. But I think you actually know you can do it. But you're just figuring out, Ken, how could I convince somebody? That's the easy part. So tell me, this is the most important part of our conversation. What would you try tomorrow if you knew you couldn't fail?
And
you knew that you didn't have to convince anybody. Yeah, what kind of work would you want to do? That's what you've been thinking about.
I have been thinking about it. I mean, what I have a passion for sure is solving problems. But of course, that's super diverse. As far as a specific role, I really am not sure.
All right, don't worry about that. See, now that's where people get hung up. And I'm so glad you're walking through this so people can hear you. I don't want you to worry about the title or the specific. You're getting all hung up in job description or what the title is, blah, 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 blah. I want you to just tell me, what are the problems that you love to solve? Now, here's the deal. I'm going to give you some cheat codes. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want you to think of these things, and I'm going to ask you specifically. I'm going to break it down into 4 categories because all work is essentially solving some type of a problem. So do you like people? Do you like solving? Don't answer yet, but there are people problems. There are idea problems. There are process problems. And there are thing problems. Now, let me explain that last one. Things would be air conditioning, HVAC units not working, or an electrical thing is not working, or a mechanical thing is not working. You understand when I say things, what I'm talking about? Okay. So we got people, ideas, processes, and things. When you think about problems that you mentioned, what are the problems that you're good at solving and the problems you like to solve out of those 4 categories?
I think it would be ideas because I think that's just where my strong suit would be.
Great. Give me an example of an idea problem that you would love to solve all day, every day. Just describe it.
I mean, I think I enjoy just problem solving and just finding new solutions where other people may not see solutions. I'm trying to think of how to pinpoint this.
You're close. Just say it. Take me to a work situation. Take me right to a situation where you're coming in and you're a part of the solution. You're solving. Give me an idea what you're talking about.
I mean, just taking new approaches, even if, it's at the office, at work. I mean, whatever the business problem is that's going on, just determine or defining these are different approaches that we could try. And I think this, this would be the most effective. I'm heaven. I'm struggling trying to.
Don't worry about it. So let me help you out. So when I say ideas, what I'm talking about is people who are good at idea problems and enjoy dealing with idea problems. That would be marketing, publicity, communications. Does that make sense? Strategy.
Yes.
That's what I mean by ideas. Where you're coming at and you're going, hey, look, we got to figure out, we've got a product, we've got a service that's not doing well since we launched it. Why is it? And that's what I mean. You're more on the idea strategy side. Is that still true?
Yeah, I think idea strategy, or maybe since you defined that, maybe more process,
there we go.
Work processes.
There we go. Because that's not as much strategy as much as we've got a efficiency problem. We've got an effectiveness problem. We got to figure out where this is breaking down. So now do you lean more towards process problems?
Yes, process.
Okay, great.
That makes more sense.
Okay, great. So that's why we do this. And so think about all the different jobs, Sarah, all the different career paths that have you working towards efficiency and effectiveness in processes. So that means you're probably detail-oriented. It's why you've been good at sales, is because you can break down the detail functionality. Is that about right?
Yes.
Okay, so the good news is, just because you've been in sales doesn't mean you can't be good at processes. What you will then have to begin to show people is how you are naturally talented at detail type thinking, process type thinking, where your skill set is there. You know, that's the type of thing that you begin to show people. Oh, even though I've been in sales, it's my process mindset. And I like to explain how this product is going to solve the problem through its efficiencies. And I'm really good at being the spoke in the wheel, because I am good at sales. I'm good at communicating. I'm good at empathy. I'm good at communication. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So think about it. That's how you're selling yourself.
And now that you're bringing that up, well, I think something that has crossed my mind in the past is like project management.
Boom.
But since I don't have that like on my, resume, I'd thought about it and looked into it and looked into the whole PMP thing, but I never really pursued it.
Well, but that's because you're afraid. But the fact of the matter is, that's okay though. But the fact of the matter is, you can do it, don't you?
I do.
So what would it cost you to get some of that certification? And now all of a sudden it is on your resume. What would it cost you?
I don't actually know. I'm
That's
sure
your homework
it's
assignment.
affordable.
Homework assignment 1.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so if you do like pursue that kind of certification, I mean, so that goes on your resume, and I suppose that would just show like initiative that you want to move into that field, and people look for that certification.
Yeah, but guess what? You've been in sales your whole career. How many times have you worked with somebody who's basically a PM?
Quite a lot.
Well, how about calling them up? A little Zoom call, a little phone call, a lunch, a breakfast, a coffee. Hey, help me understand what my experience as a salesperson brings to the PM process. And they can help identify it and speak the language. Then guess what? They know a lot of people, right? And they start talking to other people in the project manager world. How about your current company? You go, hey, I've been good in sales. I want to identify a PM role in this current company. If it doesn't exist, you find one in another company. But again, you just find out what it takes to really be successful as a PM, and then you start talking it up. And again, your sales experience is going to make you even more valuable because you know how to work with salespeople.
I like it.
Yeah. So, Sarah, this is all about you getting over the fact that you don't have what it takes, because you know you do have what it takes. And now let's go get qualified. And then let's start making some conversations happen, and let's get ourselves into maybe a nice PM role. Maybe you make a lateral move financially, but then you eventually can move up. But I would start with the homework assignment of what is it going to cost you? It's the money question, the financial question, the economic question. What's it going to cost me to get this certification? That's the knowledge piece, the experience piece. I think you have a lot of that. It's just transferable. And in talking, listen, folks, when she talks to other successful PMs, they're going to show her in her resume, in her work experience, what is transferable. And the other fun exercise, another homework assignment, Sarah, go online and look at a couple job descriptions for PMs that are being hired. Read the job description and go to your body of work and go, oh, what matches up? Well, they're looking for this. I've got this. And you literally plug in your experience and your skill set into the job description. And all of a sudden, you're going to see that confidence really pop up. 844-747-2577. My gosh, Joe, we got a lot to get to here. I want to get to Momentum Monday in a second. But I got to get to the chat room. Let's go there. Boy, we're gonna fly here. Let's go to Khakis. I'm a freshman at college. How do I find my passion while pursuing a degree? Okay, well, two things. Number one, you have a limited body of work, right, in your life, because you're a college freshman. So let's put you at 18, 19, maybe 17. I don't know. So what we want to do is first understand what I mean when I say passion. That's work you love to do. So you think about your high school experience, any jobs you've had, or just subjects in school, extracurricular extracurricular projects, and then the type of experience that you look forward to. You think, well, I'd like to do this, or I think about this. You have allowed yourself at some point in your life to wonder. Let's get inside of all that and see where they match up. That's where you start. As a freshman in college, you've got to explore and do what I call clarify and verify. And that's where you begin to talk to people who are in fields that you're intrigued by. Talk to them. What's the day look like for them? A month, a year? What do they love most? What do they like the least? How'd they get qualified? How long did it take them? How much did it cost? You essentially do a high school or college term paper on different careers of people that are doing things that you may be interested in. Are they successful? So we've got some good sources here. As you're clarifying, your head and heart will begin to do the ding, ding, ding or type situation. And that's where you begin to know. And you shadow, you use the proximity principle, get around people that are doing what you think you want to do. Get in places where the work you think you want to do is happening. That's why I wrote the book. So get the book and read it. Proximity principle says in order to do what I want to do, I've got to be around people that are doing it and in places where it is happening. Now, before you know, you can still use the proximity principle by saying essentially this. In order to figure out what I want to do, I got to get around people that are doing something I may be interested in and get in places where the work that I may be interested in is happening. There's a variation there as well. And your heart will always give you that ding, ding, ding or type situation. And then you get your head and heart aligned and all of a sudden gets to be pretty clear. Jeffrey writes in, what job can I get with an associate degree in business that pays well? Well, I don't know what your associate degree is going to do for you because it's just general education. So I don't even think that's the right question. I think the question is, what kind of work can I do in business that doesn't require a degree at all? Because I just don't think the associates in 2020 is going to make that big of a difference. So really the question becomes, again, what do I do best? Your talent. What work do I love to do or think about doing? And then what results do I want to create? What are the jobs in business, in the business space, that don't require a degree for that? Because again, I think the associates at this point, I don't want to say this the wrong way. Associates may help you with some clerical type positions or whatever. So if you need that, great. But outside of that, it's just not that valuable. So really it becomes, what do you want to do first? Let's focus on that. And then we say, what do I need to do to get qualified? And I know I'm pushing you a little bit here, Jeffrey, but you're asking the wrong question. And by the way, just a little nugget for everybody. If we keep asking the wrong questions, guess what we're going to get more of? The wrong answers. That's why I wrote the book, One Question, Joe. Taught people the power of questions. And I said in that book, this is part of the problem for so many people. They're asking the wrong questions. Well, guess what? When you ask the wrong questions, you're getting the wrong answers. Ask the right questions, you get the right answers. So the right question here is, what is it that I really, really want to do? How would I go about getting there? Not, hey, what can I do with an associate's degree? Well, you're going to call me back miserable. Don't do that. Don't think of life that way. All right, Joe, it's Monday, so we've got to do some Monday momentum. So let's cue up our Monday momentum. All right, we do this every Monday where we take your emails, your social media posts. By the way, you need to be following me on Instagram at Ken Coleman. You can also find me on Twitter and Facebook as well. Just search the Ken Coleman Show on Facebook. Great community there. And so what we said is that we get all these emails organically, but we wanted to just start sharing them. Sometimes they're big steps. Sometimes they're the smallest of steps. But we want to read real people's updates of momentum because it will encourage you. So Nathan writes in, hey, just want you to know that I am pursuing my dream of becoming a firefighter after applying for 6 months. I finally have an interview with the fire department on Wednesday, December 2nd. Hey, that's fun. And I couldn't be more excited. Way to go, Nathan. That's really cool. Chanel writes in, I used your resume template and interview guide and was able to land the job in the next step to my dream career. So how about that? Chanel is stepping up another rung on the ladder. Way to go. Listen to this. A $20,000 salary increase, and she's using Dave Ramsey's and our Ramsey Solutions baby steps to get out of debt. She's attacking baby step 2, which is now that she's got $1,000 in an emergency fund, she's going smallest debts to largest debts to get that momentum and really get going. So she's attacking that, and she looks forward to being debt-free in June of 2020. 2021. Way to go, Chanel. And then Moises writes in, I received a lot of clarity by listening to today's show. I know what I've got to do, and I'm going to get after it. See, I like those. I like that. Just very simple. Hey, I'm feeling it. We've got all kinds of comments here from social media at Ken Coleman. This is fun here. Let's do one more. Jacob writes in, hey, I was listening to you when you were on Dave Ramsey's show. Talk about how college is not the only option. I've always had a bit of shame for not going to college, even though I'm making $200,000 a year running a fast food restaurant. There's no shame in that. How many people are looking down their nose at Jacob making $200K running a fast food restaurant? Ain't no shame in your game. So fun stuff there. That's just a quick run through there. So really, really fun stuff. Okay. Going to keep moving here. Joe, I saw this quote over the weekend. And I thought, I want to take this quote and I want to teach on this. All right, so here's the context and then the quote. And I almost gave it to Nathan, the director, today. I almost sent it to you and said, well, I thought it might be a little too cheesy because I got Damon, the brand leader, in, and he's very critical, very, very critical. And I wanted today's, it says the mindset for December, but I wanted to say what we can learn from Winnie the Pooh about winter. But I thought, you don't like that, do you? See, he raised his eyebrows like that's maybe a little cheesy because I like a little sentimentality. And so as a kid, my mom called me Pooh Bear. So this is all for Damon, folks, because he's very, very judgmental. And as a result, so I grew up watching Winnie the Pooh. It's one of my favorite children's stories. So I see a quote from the creator of Winnie the Pooh, A.A. Milne. And I'm going to share it with you folks in a little bit. But this is actually really serious stuff. All right? Now there's the big qualifier for Damon. What does Winnie the Pooh creator A.A. Milne have to do with our mindset for December? Well, a lot. Well, let me give you the quick context and then the quote and then a challenge. Here we go. Context. Here we are on the doorstep of the last month of the year. For some of you, it's been the hardest year of your life. For some of you, it's been a great year. For some of you, it's been an average year. But the reality is, there's still a month left. And yet we live in a world still dealing with a pandemic where people are working from home, very disconnected, and you got about 3 weeks of intensity for many people. Some just take the whole month off and kind of chill out and go, man, I'm resetting. A lot of companies are hiring in December. They want to hit the ground running with new talent in January. And we're about ready to step into the season where we all start thinking about the new year. And boy, oh boy, don't we all want 2020 to be over? Is that true in the control room? We're all pretty much ready for 2020 to be over?
Oh, yeah.
Across the board? Yeah, I'm getting thumbs up. So we all kind of want it to be over because it's just not been a fun year for anybody. And even if it's been a great year for you, you've seen others suffer. It's just not been fun. And I started thinking about the mindset for December and how we step into this last month of the year. Cold weather, snow, the whole 9 yards. You got Christmas. But there's a deeper context. And here comes A.A. Milne. And I read this quote and I go, oh, this is so good. Here's what he said. I can face the winter with calm. I'd been thinking of the winter as a horrid, wet, dreary time. Now I can see other things, crisp and sparkling days, long, pleasant evenings, cheery fires, good work shall be done this winter. Life shall be lived well. Now, I'll be honest with you, I love literature. I'm a little bit romantic sometimes when it comes to words. That's why I'm having fun with Damon, the brand leader. He knows I get a little whimsical sometimes. But I want you to catch the beautiful statement here. We're not just headed into the physical season of winter, but we are heading into, for many, the end of one year, the beginning of the next with so much transpiring, so much change been dictated to you, so much uncertainty still with our global economy. We're in a season right now of winter where it feels as though the whole year has been winter, where we essentially, in many parts of the country and around the globe, locked up, locked away, just trying to survive winter. And so here comes Milne, and he says, I tend to think of winter as horrid, wet, dreary time. I don't like the cold. I'm fine if I never see snow again. And yet I'm convicted to say that the snow can be crisp and beautiful. And I am indoors sooner. And I am having the fires going at my house. And it is more peaceful. What he's saying is, in this time of winter where you're locked away, work shall be done. Life shall be lived well. And so in this winter season, I'm challenging you not to check out. I'm challenging you not to check out in December. I'm challenging you to commit to finishing the year well, financially, professionally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Finish well. And no matter how long this COVID winter, the economic winter lasts, commit that you are going to make the most of it and find the good, find the joy, and keep pressing on. My time is almost up, but before I let you go, I want you to know that you matter and you do have what it takes. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, this is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.